wake up stronger. Let that phrase sit with you for a moment. Imagine opening your eyes in the morning, stretching your arms, and realizing that while you were asleep, your body wasn't just resting, it was building, repairing, and making you more resilient. What if I told you there are 2 simple vitamins that can literally help your muscles grow while you sleep? It sounds shocking, almost unbelievable, doesn't it? Because we've all been told muscle comes only from sweat, weights, and long hours at the gym. But here's the twist: what you do when you're not awake, you're not lifting, might matter just as much as what you do during the day. So let me ask you this. Would you like to wake up stronger tomorrow morning than you are tonight? If so, lean in, because what I'm about to share could change the way you think about aging, recovery, and vitality after 50. Now, I know for many of you watching, mornings don't feel stronger. They feel stiff. They feel heavy. Maybe you wake up rubbing your lower back, or your knees remind you of every mile you ever ran. Some of you may even feel like sleep itself doesn't restore you anymore. I get it. I've been there too. In my 50s, I noticed I wasn't bouncing back the way I used to. A night of rest didn't mean much if my muscles still felt weak in the morning. That's when I started digging deep into the science of sleep and nutrition, and I found something remarkable. Our bodies are naturally programmed to repair and rebuild muscle tissue at night, but only if we give them the right tools. And those tools often come in the form of nutrients specifically. Vitamins that act like quiet little construction workers in the dark, stitching together strength while we dream. The first vitamin is one you've heard about, but probably not in this way. Vitamin D now. I can almost hear the voices. Vitamin D. Isn't that just the sunshine vitamin for bones? Yes, it's crucial for bones. But here's where it gets exciting. Vitamin D plays a massive role in muscle strength and function. Researchers have found that low vitamin D levels are directly linked to muscle weakness, especially in people over 50. And here's the kicker. When your vitamin D is optimized, your body doesn't just maintain muscle, it builds it. During sleep, vitamin D influences how your muscles respond to protein, helping repair micro tears and increase strength over time. Think about that. While you're lying there under the covers, vitamin D is making sure the work you did during the day pays off tomorrow. Without it, your body is like a construction site with no workers. With it, the night shift comes alive. Now, let me pause and ask you, how often do you wake up and feel weaker than you used to? If that's happening to you, don't just shrug it off as aging. Ask yourself if your vitamin D is where it needs to be. Most Americans over 50 are deficient, not because we don't go outside, because our skin no longer produces vitamin D as efficiently as it once did. And supplements aren't magic pills, they need to be taken consistently. And often with a meal that contains healthy fats, because vitamin D is fat-soluble. For me, adding vitamin D into my evening routine was like flipping a switch. Within weeks, I noticed less soreness, better recovery. And this is the part that amazed me. I didn't just feel rested in the morning, I felt stronger. If you've had a similar experience, or if you're curious about trying it, I'd love to hear in the comments how you're currently supporting your vitamin D levels. But vitamin D isn't the whole story. Because the second vitamin is the one that works hand in hand. And this is where the real magic happens. Vitamin B12. Now, I want you to picture your muscles as engines. Engines need fuel, right? But more importantly, they need spark plugs to ignite that fuel. Vitamin B12 is like the spark plug for your muscle recovery. It helps your body make red blood cells, which carry oxygen to muscle tissue. Without enough oxygen, your muscles don't recover, they don't rebuild, and they certainly don't grow. And here's the fascinating part: B12 also helps your nervous system communicate with your muscles, ensuring that when you wake up and move, your brain and body are firing on the same page. So while vitamin D is the builder, vitamin B12 is the electrician, wiring everything so it runs smoothly. Together, they create the perfect overnight construction team. Let me share a personal story. A few years ago, I was feeling drained no matter how much I slept. I blamed it on age, on stress, on bad luck. But then I learned I was B12 deficient. Once I corrected that, it felt like someone turned the lights back on inside my body. Suddenly, workouts didn't leave me wrecked. Sleep actually refreshed me. In mornings, those dreaded mornings became something I looked forward to. Not because I suddenly became 25 again, but because my body had what it needed to recover and renew overnight. If you're nodding your head right now, thinking, that sounds like me, it might be time to ask your doctor to check your B12. Deficiency is incredibly common in people over 50. Because our stomachs produce less acid as we age, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. And here's where I give you a practical tip. Consider taking B12 in a sublingual form, under the tongue, because it bypasses the digestive system and gets straight into your bloodstream. That little adjustment can make all the difference. So what does this mean for you? It means that building muscle while you sleep isn't a fantasy. It's biology. It's giving your body the raw materials vitamin D for strength, vitamin B12 for energy and communication, and letting sleep do the rest. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require you to overhaul your life or spend hours at the gym. It's about working smarter, not harder. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, waking up each morning with less stiffness, more energy, and the quiet confidence that your body is still capable of growth. Even after 50, that's not just possible, it's waiting for you now. I know what some of you are thinking, but I'm not into supplements. I just want to eat right. That's a fair point, and food can absolutely support these vitamins. For vitamin D, think fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, or fortified dairy products. For B12, you'll find it in eggs, meat, and dairy. But here's the challenge. Diet alone often isn't enough after 50 because absorption naturally declines. That's why many people, including myself, choose to supplement wisely. Not as a replacement for food, but as a support system. And let me say this clearly. This isn't about quick fixes or miracle pills. This is about steady, consistent support for your body's natural processes. If you're still with me, I want to invite you to reflect on something deeper. Why does waking up stronger matter? It's not just about vanity or proving you can still lift heavy things. It's about independence. It's about being able to carry your groceries, play with your grandkids, travel without fear, and live on your own terms. Strength is freedom. And the truth is, after 50, we can't take strength for granted. We have to nurture it, protect it, and yes, even while we sleep, we have to give it a chance to grow. That's the gift vitamin D and B12 can offer. So, let me ask you, what would your life look like if every morning felt just a little bit stronger than the one before? Would you walk taller? Smile more? Take on challenges you've been avoiding? This isn't just a health strategy, it's a mindset shift. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean refinement, resilience, and renewal. And if you agree, if you're ready to embrace that possibility, hit the subscribe button right now. Because I want to keep bringing you insights like this, tools that make the second half of life not just longer, but richer. Before we wrap up, I promised you a twist. We've talked about vitamins D and B12, and yes, they're powerful, but here's the real secret. No single nutrient, no single hack is the magic bullet. The truth is, muscle is built on a lifestyle, a combination of protein, movement, rest, mindset, and yes, smart supplementation. Vitamin D and B12 are sparks, not the whole fire. They're keys that unlock the door, but you still have to walk through it. So tonight, when you lay your head down, think of it this way. Your body's ready, your sleep is the workshop, and with the right support, you won't just wake up rested, you'll wake up stronger. And that, my friends, is the promise of a life lived with intention. Even after 50, if you found this valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who needs to hear this message. Leave me a comment below about your own experience with vitamin D or B12, or even just your morning routine. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because together, we're building a community that believes strength, health, and vitality don't end with age, they begin anew. Wake up stronger, live stronger, and remember, the night shift is working for you.